Hello there, Wargamers! Luka here from MiniWarGaming.com, joined by Josh, and we're throwing down some Horus Heresy today in a 2,500 point game of the Space Wolves up against the Dark Mechanicum in today's game. And in the MiniWarGaming Vault, we have Josh and Luka playing Horus Heresy at 2,500 points, but they're busting out the Primarchs. It's going to be Space Wolves going up against the Night Lords, Leman of the Russ going up against Conrad Kurz.
We play and call it work.
MiniWarGaming's Horus Heresy Battle Report.
Here we have the Vilka Fenrika. In today's game, 2,500 points of the wolves who stalk the stars. We have a Praetor leading the force, and his warlord trait from the Space Wolf table ended up being the Get of the Worm, or the Get of the Worm? The Get the Worm? No, it's the Get of the Worm. It is best described as a weird relic that the Space Wolves have acquired to defeat the foes of the Great Crusade. What this does is it'll give D3 of my infantry units that have 5 or more models defensive grenades. So I'll go ahead and roll that up to, I'll do it now before I forget. Let's put that on 2 units. I don't need to put it on the Deathsworn because the Deathsworn already have their weird grenades that count as defensive grenades. So we're gonna put it on the Terminators, and I want to make it easy to just put it on. I wish I had 3 so I didn't have to worry about it. I'll just say these Grey Slayers. I'll make note of it in the game, which ones have it. But for the rest of his war gear, we have a standard Praetor build. Well, he's a Wolf Lord in this case. He is going to have digital lasers, mastercrafted Paragon Blade. He will be wearing Cataphractic Plate. I just went with this model because I thought it was so cool. It was unique Space Wolvy stuff. I just kind of fell for it there. Not the best use in this game, but I will try to make it work, everyone. And I think he's got an Iron Halo as well. I believe that's it for him. He's got the Get of the Worm. We have 2 other HQs in the forms of Speakers of the Dead. They have been upgraded to have Frost Axes. They have Melt Bombs, Artificer Armor, and they come stocked with Refractor Fields. They're going to be following the Deathsworn around, giving them Preferred Enemy and Feel No Pain. For troops, we have 2 nearly identical units of Grey Slayers now. 1 on the right, which you know what, it doesn't really matter which one. One of them has defensive grenades because of the Warlord trait. But we have 2 Power Fists on the regular Grey Slayers. The Huskar will have a Power Fist, and we have a Legion Vexilla. The Huskar also has Artificer Armor, and they're all equipped with bolt guns instead of combat shields. Now I realize I had physically built this army before I really understood the rules super well, and it's, as far as I know, you actually can't take a bolt gun and a Power Fist. They technically have a bolt pistol and a Power Fist, so I'll just ignore the bolt gun on the Power Fist models there. It is what it is, though I'm pretty sure the Huskar could take a bolt gun still, because he's like a separate option. The Rhinos have Dozer Blades, and that will be it for them, and this is an identical build over here on these Grey Slayers. We have a Contemptor Cordis Dreadnought with extra armor, a Carries Assault Cannon, and 1 Dreadnought Close Combat Weapon with a Combi Bolter. He's Cordis because they have cool rules, and he's a little bit cheaper than a Talon or the regular Contemptor Dreadnought. We have Wolfguard Terminators, the Varagir. They are equipped with Frost Claws and Power Fists. No Combi Bolters on them at all. They are all close combat. Now, I am a big fan of these guys. I initially got 5 of them, with the intent of adding more, and obviously sticking them in a Spartan with the Praetor or Leman Russ. But I never really got around to it. And that is a pretty expensive build, and as I was doing it, I wanted to shy away from the typical cram everything in a Spartan build and run it up the middle of the table and like, here's my Death Star. We were kind of shying away from that here in the studios, and it gave us more room to build different builds. In this game, they will be just moving up the table. They are going to have defensive grades because of the Warlord trait. That might help them. We'll see. We will see. Again, another cool, unique Space Wolf unit I wanted to try and show off. We have 2 identical units of Deathsworn. Now, these guys are just made from extra bits I had. Power axes and all that stuff, all thrown together. They are going to be equipped with Rad Grenades and the Melt Bombs. That's what the other one is. They all come with Artificer Armor and Power Axes stock, but I did have the points to give a couple of them Power Fists. So we have 1, it's 1 in 5, so we have 1 Power Fist in each squad. They're going to be riding in Land Raiders. I apologize for the more modern Land Raider. I know they existed back then, but it doesn't quite match the color scheme like the other Rhinos do, so it just throws it off a little bit. The Land Raider here is going to be equipped with dozer blades and extra armor. No armored ceramite though. And this one here, actually, I did have the points for we'll imagine that as a combi bolter on the top. The other one, on the other hand, does not have it. So I did not have to pay the points for it. And that's easy to remember because it's what you see is what you get. Now, I do want to give a couple shout outs here because people are going to ask, I know right away. Luka, did you paint that yourself? No, I absolutely did not. I started working on the project and it became a little cumbersome, so I had to drop it. And Dirty Brush actually picked it up for me. He did a commission job for me. He did the Death Guard for the Horus Heresy Studio Collection. I fell in love with it, and he was free to be able to do this commission for me as well. So this is all 100% his work, the infantry. The vehicles are just studio stuff, but he did an outstanding job on these Space Wolves, and I couldn't be happier with him. And if you're curious to check out his work, he actually has a YouTube channel up now. It's brand new. Well, he has some older videos on it, but he's got it back up and running again. And you can check that out by going to, it's just Dirty Brushes on YouTube, but I'll put a link down below if you want to go check that out. If you want some tips on how to do any techniques you might not be familiar with, you might have a video up there for you that will be relevant. Or if you just want to follow a new painter that has different techniques or different views on how to paint, then that's a great resource for that as well. The bases, I did not do myself either, guys. These are Gamer's Grass bases. A lot of us here at the studio are starting to use Gamer Grass bases just because it saves us a lot of time, and they come as you see, right? That's zero work. They come painted on the base as you see right there as they're shipped to you as you buy them. It saves a lot of time and work, unless you want to do your own bases. That makes sense too. But for me, I am more into the playing and the collecting, so Gamer's Grass is right up my aisle.
They do also sell them unpainted though too.
Oh, they do? I did not know that.
They got a whole line of resin bases unpainted, and then they sell the tufts and everything else.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that I do know. Josh, right? They
Not
also
gonna lie,
sell
I'm kind of in love with them.
Yeah, like Josh's custodians for 40K are all on Gamer's Grass.
Well, for 30K technically.
Technically.
And then my Imperial Fists are gonna be on them. I've got those ordered up, and honestly, I'm thinking about putting the Night Lords on them too.
And Steve also uses them for his new Dark Angel Primaris army. When I said we're all falling in love with it, we all are using Gamer's Grass kind of all over the place. And I can tell you for a future army, I would definitely go right to Gamer's Grass. It just saves so much time, folks. I know it's just like an endorsement, but I mean, I can't, what can I say? I love it so much.
Over here, looking at 2,500 points of Dark Mechanicum, Legio, oh god, I've forgotten the name of it already. Legio Cybernetica.
Okay.
I am beyond rusty with these guys, so hopefully I don't embarrass myself too bad. Pretty much the studio collection I've had almost forever, plus some of my models thrown in. So leading the force up front, we got Anarchus Scoria on the Abeyant. Big Daddy, one of the founding members of the Dark Mechanicum. Pretty happy about that. Used it once, didn't use it well. I don't think I could use it any worse in this game, so
okay.
You know, I'm very optimistic about this. I've also got a Domitar class battle automata there, Paragon of Metal upgrade, and frag grenades.
Frag grenades, huge, funny.
Just to you know, kind of hang out. I really would love if they released some more of this. There's a couple different big battle automata, especially the one that runs around with Scoria that I'd love to get a hold of, but I don't think they've ever made the models. So get on that, Forge World. For troop choices on the far right there, 6 total. I've got 2 squads of Castellex class battle automata, 2 with Mauler bolt cannons and enhanced targeting arrays, and the other have the Darkfire cannons and enhanced targeting arrays. They're mandatory in this list. I've got 4 units of Thalax cohort, 2 with multi-melta, 2 with phase plasma fusel, and fast attack way back on the other side again. I've got a squad of 3 Vorax class battle automata. I'm going to run them with the Biocorrosive ammunition and the Irad cleanser, which is just the Fleshbane flamer. I can't remember if it's Fleshbane or poison technically, but it's the Wound on 2 Radphage flamer. In the back, I've got my 2 Vultrix Stratos automata maniples. So that's just 2 single choices there. And then, last but not least, for heavy support, I've got a Thanatar class Siege Automata.
Oh, wait, is that this big guy here, or is this
the big guy with the plasma mortar?
Ooh, I thought that was the Domitar.
No, the Domitar is the slightly smaller one next to Scuria.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So, yeah, the Domitar is the one that, what's his name, Perturabo based his Iron Circle off of.
Okay, sure.
So this is 2,500 points. It's an army that definitely I want to give a little bit of TLC to. I don't know if I'll expand it with personal stuff, or if the studio will end up expanding it. But right now my focus is on my Imperial Fists. I did mention that. It's going to be a little while before they're ready, but the models are built and the painting process has started. And luckily, the base is already all done.
Yeah. Saves a lot of work there.
So yeah, there's my list. Legio Cybernetica, that does give me a bonus range on my Cybertheurgy powers, as well as my Cortex controller range. They're both boosted to 24. And then +1 initiative to anything with a Cortex.
Josh and I are going to be throwing down Blood Feud. It is the first mission out of the rulebook. This is basic kill points. The death toll is the primary objective alongside Blood Feud. Death toll is at the end of the game. Each side gains 1 victory point for each unit they have destroyed or that is falling back at the end of the game. And the game will last for 6 battle rounds. Now, Blood Feud is a little bit more complicated. After setting up and deploying the armies, but before the first turn actually begins, each player is going to secretly note down a specific unit type from the list below on Blood Feud targets that they're going to be gaining additional victory points for slaying in this game. Things such as infantry that aren't independent characters themselves, vehicles with the tank type, super heavy vehicles, which won't be relevant in this game, vehicles with the walker type, vehicles with the super heavy walker type, vehicles with the flyer, super heavy flyer type, monsters, creatures, and gargantuan monsters, creatures, and jet bikes, spikes, and skimmers. They do all award various victory points. Some are 1, some are 2. In addition to that, we have some secondary objectives in the form of Slay the Warlord, which will be worth 1 victory point in addition to, killing something. And Last Man Standing, the team, or the side, with the greatest number of surviving units at the end of the game will gain 1 extra victory point. We have reserves and night fighting as options in this game as well for special rules. Taking a closer look at the setup we have, Mechanicum stuff, some sort of facility set up on a colder world, a tundra-like environment right now. We have a mat here from studio level, and we have various Games Workshop kits in the form of Sector Mechanica stuff, all that fancy stuff there. And then we have Adam at Greenleaf Terrain who crafted these rocks out of foam and wire and painted them up for us, all from Greenleaf Studios. And I guess the crates are from Games Workshop as well. I do want to point out, if you're looking up your terrain game, make sure you check out the Vault section on MiniWarGaming.com first if you are a Silver Vault member, because there are a load of discount codes there for various terrain companies as well as model companies. So consider that before you go buy a bunch of terrain. You will probably save yourself a lot of money if you're able to go check that out. Josh and I are going to go ahead and roll off to pick who picks a side and deploys first. That's a strong start for the Space Wolves. I believe that'll allow me to pick a side and deploy first. I'm thinking here, but I'm going to do a little bit of brain work first. I'm going to go for this little triangle. Again, it's from here to about there, and we're 24 inches apart at the very tip here. Now, I would love night fighting, and of course, Josh does not want to fight at night, so we're going to try our best to utilize night fighting. On a 4-up, the Space Wolves decide to fight at night. They do. We have night fighting, so that's going to give first turn a little bit of additional cover, which hopefully will help me out a wee bit. We're going to go ahead and deploy and show you what it looks like in a moment. Here we are, establishing our supply lines in this Blood Feud game. This is a scuffed deployment for sure, but as a good Space Wolf, we're gonna make it work. That's all that matters. That's the main goal here. So
you're starting to sound like Matthew. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
You've been hanging out with Matthew too much.
I am not super confident with this deployment. I'm keeping a lot of my things back, and then Josh is able to deploy way back here because the only goal of the game is to kill. There is no objectives to grab, nothing to force him to come forward.
The objective is to kill.
The objective is to kill. It's a Blood Feud. We're literally just here to fight. There's like nothing else. I like to imagine that this is a means to an end for something greater.
Well, I like to imagine that this is, these forces have probably been skirmishing or whatever else, and one of us has brought the other one to battle finally, found the force, and we're going to settle this now. Let's go.
That's exactly what's happening right now, 100%. So for my deployment, I have Deathsworn, and Land Raiders. This is the unit with defensive grenades in a Rhino. The other one is on the other side. Again, you have to remember my deployment is like from this table quarter to like where that die is. The Contempted Cordis is out front, and then tucked in between the Rhino and the Cordis, we have the Varagir and the Praetor, all hiding in behind them. Now, they unfortunately cannot run. I'm gonna hope that there's just so many other wild targets rushing up the board that they will be left alone until they eventually get to battle, maybe in turn 6. It is not the best setup for them. Again, they were meant to be kind of built for a Spartan, but I decided I'm just going to run them on the table, run them up the board. Maybe they'll be in a Land Raider some games. Probably won't be, though. They are Honor Guard, and they are going to stick with the Praetor. Now, across here, Josh has stuff.
Okay, So I've got anchoring the flanks. I've got the Vulturax. I've got all of my little phalanx cohort behind here because I'm not sure what I want to do with them. Castellax with the Mauler bolt cannons, the Dark Fires. I've got the Vorax here to kind of start to push this flank, along with the Thanatar, because he's got some decent lines to shoot. Now, I promised myself I'm going to stop being dumb and putting, you know, my big important models I care about up front, so I immediately took Skuria and put Skuria up front.
Okay.
And Skuria is going to be attached to this Dumbtar.
Sounds good. Now, we're supposed to pick, secretly, the targets of the Blood Feud. Without doubt, I'm picking Monstrous Creature. I'm sorry, everyone. It's like the only. I don't even know if you have infantry. I don't even know.
These are infantry.
Yeah.
You can pick them. There's 4 squads of them, bro.
That's true, but all Monstrous Creatures are worth 2 points each. So.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
So I'm gonna pick Monstrous Creatures as my target of choice. You don't even have to tell me yours. It's fine. I actually don't know. It could be infantry. It could be independent characters. It could be tank type. They're all actually pretty valid.
It could be
picks.
walkers.
It's probably. I know it's not gonna be walkers.
Yeah, it's not walkers.
I know without a doubt it's not walkers. Do you have it written down somewhere secret?
No, I don't know what it is though.
All right, cool.
Do you want me to just tell you off camera?
No, because I might try and play around it. So it's better this way. Yeah. So just keep it secret, keep it safe. Would you like to try and steal the initiative from me?
Yeah, I will try to seize the initiative. One of the awesome mechanics.
I will be. Yeah, go for it.
Ready?
I'm super
Beard!
ready.
No, it's 1.
I was gonna say I used to play with a guy that every time someone seized against him, he just conceded.
He just conceded, like, okay, re-rack, don't play again.
It's
we're
like, oh, you
we're
win.
already deployed.
Yeah, exactly. You just want to play for where we're at right now. It was one way to deal with the seize initiative, and he was dead serious. One guy actually refused, and he says, "Okay, well you win," and he packed up his stuff and left. That was it. Didn't even play the game.
You know, I appreciate the
He wasn't even mad.
It's not that bad, but you know, like
he wasn't even mad. He's just like, all right, good game. Well, folks, my first turn. Nothing too crazy going on. We are going to rush forward, though I believe I have to choose a rule for the Contemptor Cordis. Sorry, I know I don't have to, but I have to.
Okay, Luka has to.
It has an option to crank its engines to 11. Therefore, the engines are at 11, my man.
Okay.
We are going to alter its reactor so that we get to add 2 to its run rolls. At the end of the turn, it might lose the hull point on a d6 roll of a 1, I believe. We are going to start by moving everything, and we're going to go into the shooting phase and run everything, minus the Terminators, because we all know why. So we are just going to move stuff. Boom, we're going to go at cruising speed with this boy here. We're going to have this Rhino move there to follow up. And then we're going to have the Cordis move his 6. He's going to go in that direction. Though I have to come to this side of the table to do so. He's going to end up over there. The Terminators are going to move behind him. We're just going to hope, again, that... actually, no, we're supposed to make room. The lander is supposed to go through underneath that, so we have to actually make room for the lander to do so. In fact, we have to make room for this Rhino to get through as well, so we have to kind of just form like this, men. There we go. Okay, I realize it's very hard to do that all one-handed, so this is Rhino drives forward, he turns, drives forward. We're done. Our movement phase, we're gonna go right on to shooting where everything's gonna flat out and run. So I'll show you where everything ends up. Flat out, flat out, flat out, flat out, and I'm gonna roll his run. Everything's going forward. The Dreadnought gets +2 to this roll. He rolls a 1. That kind of sucks. I don't know if he's fleet, the Cordis, so he does have fleet. And he's gonna re-roll that into a 6. He gets to go 8 inches, nice. So we're gonna have him go 8 inches to there. Then flat out on both the vehicles. Unfortunately, the Terminators are stuck back here. They're wave 6. We come to this side where we're gonna flat out both these vehicles. And that's pretty much it, other than popping smoke. We're gonna pop smoke on everything, I suspect, is the best course of action. I just have to remember how that works. Okay, good. I just had to go double check how the rule worked. It's instead of moving or instead of shooting or going flat out, which is fine. I'd much rather go flat out than popping smoke. I don't really care about the cover. Like, I should care about the cover, but I don't. And hopefully it doesn't backfire. We have knife fighting if that matters.
The speed helps.
The speed is better, I think. At the end of the turn, does the reactor backfire? It does not on the Cordis.
All right, movement for me. He's gonna pivot, come forward, buzz buzz.
I just have to survive these haywire shots. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, that's haywire for you. What's this one doing? Same idea?
Yeah, but he's gonna try to plug the gap here. Forward
Indeed.
pivot, buzz buzz.
Are you saying you're gonna try and utilize your bases on flying things to block me from moving?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ignore that rule.
Castellat's gonna move into a position to get some shots going. Vorak's gonna just move up, take a little bit of position.
Oh,
take Thalax with him. We're going to just truffle shuffle over here a little bit. Skaria is going to Skaria his way up the board a bit, bring his friend with him. Castellax come up behind. All these little Thalax cohort. Oh boy, yeah, you guys sell your lives dearly. Go this way.
Moving forward. Same idea. Yep.
Yeah, they're all gonna end up Pride Jetpack moving. Bam.
All right,
Done.
shooting time.
Handled. Get the Land Raider.
All right, firing the Haywire gun into the Land Raider. Could his missiles hurt it? Does it have missiles?
Those are Havoc launchers technically.
Okay. Blast.
So no.
No. Okay.
We're just gonna have him shoot first.
The further
I
one
might
away.
do a Cyber Theurgy on this one before it shoots. I might not. I don't know. We'll see how this goes.
All right, Haywire gun into the front of the Land Raider.
Wee. Wait for twos.
BS5. Ooh, we have a miss. Nice.
Bad start. And then the Haywire results.
Glance. Do you reduce my cover by one?
Yep, it's -1 because of the enhanced targeting array.
Okay, well then I have 2 remaining hull points. 2 hull points left.
And then I will go for the Cyber Theurgy, the Rite of Destruction to make him shoot twice.
Okay. So first, is it like a roll of leadership?
It's a leadership test, yeah. -1. So he's fine. He immediately shoots his guns twice.
Okay.
But he can't shoot them next turn. So don't let me shoot them next turn.
Oh, I see.
I'm just putting them all into the Land Raider.
Get rid of the Land Raider.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So this is all of the Haywire gun?
2s, I assume.
Yes.
1 miss. And then you just need 2 2-ups to take him out. I assume he cannot blow up the vehicle. So.
Yep.
So it is a wreck. So I got to disembark my dudes. Oh no, my poor army! My Land Raider, it buckles. I didn't expect both of them to make it to the second turn though. Unfortunately, because of the disembarkation, I have 5 over here, 5 over there. They have to be near ports or points of disembarkation. And this thing's a barrage weapon. And he does have some line of sight too. I had to do a pinning check on them, I believe. They're
I
only...
think it's the Snapfire test, right?
Oh, Snapfire. They passed that, and maybe if I need to do another one, we're okay too, just in case. They're fearless only while engaged in combat.
Gotcha.
That's it for that thing. So they both shot. Now that one can't fire again next turn. Now where would you like to proceed to?
Probably him, and I'm just trying to figure out where I got some line of sights.
Ah, I see.
I think I gotta drop it on his head.
The guy in the middle there?
This one right here.
That guy's head there. Yeah, you do have direct line of sight to that. All right, so bring it on. Drop the shot there. He does have line of sight, so it doesn't do full scatter. I assume he's BS5 as well?
I don't think I get the points given the enhanced targeting ray, so he's only 4.
Ooh.
Oh, because I thought about trying to nail the shot back over here to try to kill that speaker.
Right.
Whatever, the guy's in front. Oh, well, okay.
8-inch scatter towards the rock. 4-inch scatter
4-inch,
towards the rock. Yeah. It's going to scatter to about that point there, and it's going to hit 3 Deathsworn in both directions. It's wounding them on 2s, no save is barrage. So
Yeah.
So that's just all those 6 dead.
Yes.
Huzzah! Look at that thing go. Scratch that. Josh did mention early on he's a little rusty with the army.
Very rusty.
This guy is not able to move and fire at that range.
Yeah, it's reduced range because I went to go double check the profile. It's only 24-inch range if he moves.
Right. So
Which, if I had moved, it would have been obvious I wouldn't have been in range. So instead of killing the 6 Deathsworn, the way we're going to resolve it is that I didn't move him,
he's gonna stay where he was,
and he just shoots from here.
but he'll have no line of sight, I assume.
Correct.
So it'll be a full scatter.
Right.
Instead, we're gonna put a blind shot on that guy's head there, and we'll see what happens.
Yes.
Rip, direct hit.
Okay.
Even better this time. Perfect. So we're gonna have more hits. It's gonna be on the Speaker of the Dead. Only hits 5 guys there, but the Speaker of the Dead's clocked in on that one there.
One of them? Okay.
Yeah. So 2s. Hey.
There you go.
Only 2 wounds. I do have cover, but it's 6 upper roll, so it's gonna be that guy and the guy beside him. 6s. No 6s, so no need to reroll. So I get to keep a couple Deathsworn. I get to keep 4 Deathsworn. That's quite a bit of points of Deathsworn. So I'll definitely take that as much as I can. And there we go.
All right. So sorry about that, folks, and Luka, but we're gonna have these Mauler bolt cannons try to start working on the Deathsworn. I think I'm super scared of them.
You should be. They're the only thing I have in my army that can kill the monstrous creatures. So if they die, you probably win.
Okay. This is gonna be hitting on 2s. Huzzah.
It's a good start.
Strength 6, so wounding on 2s.
2s to wound. Is it rending or anything?
It's not rending, it's AP3 pinning.
Okay. So we have all wounds. I can do all 6 up front. Oh, 2 die, but that's a 1. That's 4, so the 2 front ones die. But pinning, is it immediate? Yeah, I'll roll anyways. They're fine. these two guys die.
And then I got the bolters.
Oh, you got regular bolters too? All right.
Yep, just regular bolters. So 4 bolt gun shots total. I got 3 hits, 2 wounds,
and 2 up save. We're okay.
For my next trick, dark fire cannon shots into them.
Oh boy, here we go.
They are gets hot. So the first one hits. Second one double gets hot.
Okay.
He doesn't take any damage.
And
these are going to wound down 2s.
2s to wound. AP 2 as well.
AP 2, yeah.
And I should only have. I gotta do the closest guy who is.
Got a rock.
Got a rock there helping him out. So he's gonna have a 5 up because the -1 to cover save. I have knife fighting plus the rock helping me out. He dies. And then the other guys just have no cover save at all.
Feel no pains on them both.
Oh yeah. So that's I guess the failed cover. Jeez. We'll say failed cover saves and feel no pains. Fail both as well.
Okay.
And dead. And dead. My poor unit.
Time to go with some Thalax. This squad's gonna run. They get to go an extra 4.
We'll show you where they all end up after running various run rolls. It's not going to be very exciting. This is where they all end up. We're going to do jetpack moves now.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to run the Vorax a little bit. Yeah, I just need them to kind of run them up together. And then jetpack moves. So again, you can see where everybody is, and we'll show you where they end up. Done, handled.
Shifted. That's all. I guess that's turn done. You know what? Just in case I forgot a leadership check on the Death Sworn, they're good. I think they might have had to take one for the amount of casualties they suffered. Yeah. Well, I get better check the Speaker of the Dead. I rolled a 9 though. Yeah, the Speaker of the Dead leadership 9. That's the first battle round. Very costly for the Space Wolves. I don't think I can survive another one of those, but hopefully that doesn't happen again. At least this guy cannot fire twice or fire next turn.
He can't fire at all.
Yeah. So I guess the other guy could just fire twice.
Yeah,
100%.
You figured out the master plan.
I already figured out what the plan is. Let me lay out the next few turns here for the unfortunate circumstances of the Space Wolves. That guy's gonna fly over here, fire at this guy twice, probably take it out. The guys inside will then get killed by this guy, and that's it. Or if that fails, I have to charge them because they're in the way. They'll kill them probably, and then die to that guy. So it's bad situations for the Space Wolves altogether, but we're gonna try. Start of my turn, we're going to have the Horus run an additional 2 inches this turn to see if we can get him in. I'm not going to be able to, I could have these guys charge these guys in the combat, but it's not going to accomplish much. I actually pretty much have no choice because of all the choke points. So I'm kind of in a rough position here. I guess I'll kill a few monstrous creatures and see where that gets me.
I mean, it's going to get you 6 points.
Sure, yeah.
Because they're 2 points a pop, right?
I don't know if it depends on units of monstrous creatures or...
I think when I read it, it's just literally monstrous creatures.
From where they're embarked, it's an 8-inch charge to get in there. Not loving the odds on that, so we're just going to rush forward again and see where that takes us. So we're going to show you where everything ends up. This is going to go cruising speed. They're all going to move forward and run, and I'm just going to skip my shooting phase. Well, I won't skip my shooting phase because I have to shoot this thing. It's going to be snap firing, but we'll try it out. Ending there, realizing should probably do a move through cover on the Death Sworn. They get to move 6. We're going to have them go... I don't know. Around this way. We do have to keep coherence as the thing though. Gotta go through the right Land Raider. Ending there somewhat. Poor Contemptor Horus. He's gonna move there. You know what? He'll take a little bit more back. He'll go there so the Rhino can rush through, I guess. Rhino! Go forward! And then Terminators in the back. They're trying. The poor zero-threat Terminators. You know, at the same time, freshly painted army, maybe it's destined to not do too much in this first game here. Okay, that's it. We're going to go into shooting, where we're going to run... we're going to run the Dreadnought. I mean, I could try and snapfire and knock this thing out of the sky, but I'm not going to bank on 6s into you failing a 3-up. You tap T7 on him?
Let me double check.
Yeah, it's still 6 to hit, though. Oh, yeah, we're just going to run him. He's going to go 7 inches on that run. 7 inches. I'll take him to there. Can't run the Terminators in the back. Is there value in flattening this guy out? I don't think so. Might be more in just kind of shooting some snapshots. The value would be getting this guy up a little bit further, but I mean, that's not an assault vehicle, the Rhino, so it doesn't matter too much anyways. So what we'll do is have the... but then these guys could run to the back if I flat them out. Yeah, I'm not gonna kill anything with shooting these guys. All multiple wounds, I can't just death them, so I'll just flat them out. We'll go 6 forward. We're gonna run the Death Sworn. I believe they get +1 because of Hunter's Gate. But yes, that was correct. They do get +1 because of Hunter's Gate. That only gives them a 3-inch move, though. So it's not super impressive. And we're going to flat out this rhino as well. To about there. I think that's it. Did I flat out that rhino? Sure. We'll flat him out too. We charge to our demise, and that is the end of my turn because I have no charges to declare. So we're on to turn 2 for the Mechanicum. Bring it on, I guess. Oh, I got to roll for the reactor on the Horus. He's okay. Another 4. Nice.
All right, turn 2. We're gonna have him pivot and head over this way.
Fly behind.
I don't know. I just need him to end up there-ish.
Alrighty.
Make room for him to come up over this way.
You end up there.
Yeah. Vorax just gonna kind of move back a little bit to kind of make way, I guess.
Are they scared of the Land Raider?
No, I got the multi-meltas coming up.
I don't fear no multi-melta. A little piddly gun's gonna do nothing against my non-armored Ceramite Land Raider, for sure.
On the Castellax, we'll move over.
With the Dark Lances.
Yes, they're dark. Let's get the Thalax in the fight over here. These guys are gonna do the same. And then the Castellax are gonna just truffle shuffle a bit. Scurry is feeling confident, so he's gonna just go off on his own. And just kind of end up over here. And I'm gonna have his Domitar move up to here.
Is that one? Is that a unit of them, or
They're separate now.
they're separate now? Okay.
Yeah, they had formed a unit in the beginning.
Cool. Shooting time for the
Yes,
Mechanicum.
indeed.
Where do we start this nonsense off?
Well, let's have him go the right of shoot twice.
Shoot twice. Destruction. Leadership. That's an 8.
He passes
Sick.
with the -1.
All right. Who does the leadership check anyways? Is Skoria like issuing
Skoria
it?
does, yeah.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool.
I think he's messing with the programming of the robots. Oh, he's got his own special one he can do too, but
Oh.
I don't know what it is.
Oh shoot, but it can't be as good as shoot twice.
It's kind of neat. Okay, into the Land Raider then. Just gonna roll both the guns at the same time.
2s to hit. We have, okay, half miss somehow.
Oh, weird.
And 2s to glance. 2 glancing hits, he has 2 remaining hull points. No pens.
Okay, not what I expected to have happen, but let's go this first squad shooting the multi-melta first.
Hey, bring it on. 1 shot on maybe a 2? Well, definitely a 4.
Yeah.
And we're in Melta range, so you need to show an 8 on the 2 dice. Sorry, that's a pen. No save. So what's it going to be with a +2?
Goes to a 4.
It's a 4. It's a shaken. So he's got extra armor. He's got 1 remaining hull point.
2 lightning guns.
Can they hurt it? Rending?
They're rend.
Strength 7 rending?
Yeah.
That could certainly hurt him. 1 hit. And a 6 to potentially do damage. No.
Other squad. Let's start with the lightning guns.
Starting with the lightning guns. Ooh, both hit. Do the lightning guns do anything on 6s to hit?
No.
Nope. No potential damage. And then the Melta
Yes.
is a hit. And then
Yep.
seeing what kind of Melta damage it is, we are in half range. That's a 5 plus a 5. That's a pen. So he's dead, but what kind of dead is he? Nothing. Or he's just wrecked as well.
Okay.
Oh boy. Right in front of all of this stuff, eh? Right in front of him, eh? Thumbs up! Alright, they're gonna end up there. That's wrecked. I'm just gonna do like an array of leadership checks, and I don't think it's gonna matter. There we go.
Yeah,
Like I just passed 3 of them. They were all probably good. This thing is a wreck. It's a smoking heap. Okay. Well.
Vorax.
Hey. Light them up. We have 18 hits with the flamers before the rotary guns, so we'll resolve the flamers first. Is there AP on the flamers?
It's bad AP.
Okay. But they are poison 2+.
Yeah, it's only AP 5, but it is Radphage, but I don't think you got multiple wounds in there.
I do not.
Looking for 2s.
Well, this is the character, but 2s to wound.
One.
1 fail. Ooh, that's 17 wounds. And these are 2 saves. We're gonna fail 2 of them, maybe. We make a feel no pain, so we fail. 1 guy dies so far. I'm gonna just say I put the power fist the closest, but he's dead.
Many dice with the rotor cannons, hitting on 3s. Now looking for 4s to wound because of the poison. Okay.
13 more saving throws. I'm gonna fail. Ooh, that's a potential 3 fails there. Feel no pain though. 2 more die. You're gonna die, and I suppose you're gonna die too. You know, proximity and all that stuff. Okay, well they're done. They're done. We have these 2 nasty boys to resolve though.
Yeah, I think we're just throwing the dark fires into them as well.
Okay, dark fire it up. All right, dark fires, bring it on.
Yeah, I think I'm saving the blast to throw somewhere else.
Interesting.
Because I can potentially charge into this and do something. First dark fire cannon. Okay.
Double get hot, sure. Does he hurt himself? Nope.
Nope. Okay, he's awful.
That could have been the other guy.
Uh,
2 hits?
2 hits, yeah.
2 hits, okay.
and then 2's to wound.
Strength 7, both wound. AP goes right through their armor, but I do have feel no pain. Speaker of the Dead, please help. You do, double help. Nice, 0 damage.
Well, here comes the bolt gun shots.
Pew, pew, pew. Are they like twin linked or?
They've just got each 2 bolters on them.
Oh, okay. And 4 is to wound. 2. Artificer armor. We're okay.
Okay.
Josh is a little more paranoid now.
I'm
so
a little bit more scared.
This is the smarter cult for sure. We're gonna put the plasma mortar blast on. It's minimum 12, so we're gonna put it on this guy's head, right? Yeah, that guy right over there. Right in the middle. And obviously not gonna scatter too far. Based
Hopefully.
On, hey, oh, direct hit to both ways. So that's gonna hit, well, probably 5 guys, I'm gonna guess. That is 5 guys, so it's hitting him in the middle and then the both guys on the sides. 2s to wound. Actually, 2's just to kill. This kills 4. So, 1, 2, 3, and unfortunately the Speaker of the Dead is technically a little bit closer, but they're too far away for a lookout, sir. So, Refractor Field. Nope. Destiny says the Speaker of the Dead is dead as well. That's going to conclude the shooting over here, I suspect. If there's nothing else firing at them, I'm just going to do their morale now.
Sure, yeah, there's nothing else.
They're good. They themselves are leadership. Okay, we have more shooting over here.
We're going to have this squad shoot at your Rhino, starting with the lightning guns.
Bring it on.
Hitting all 3s, okay.
That's a good start.
And then the plasma fusel.
Pew, pew, pew.
That hits strength 6.
So 5s to glance the front. Is that a glance?
It's one glance.
I assume is there any intervening models or anything like that?
It's minus AP, sorry, minus 2 to your cover save.
Well, then I get no cover at all. Because I'm definitely not 50% obscured. I'm probably 25%. Don't have to worry about it.
That for
Minus 2 to my cover save, so at best I'd get a 5 up, so I don't have to worry about it. I don't even have to look at it. I got 2 remaining hull points, and we have the...
front squad. I'm going to try to do the same.
Okay, same thing. What are we firing first?
Lightning guns.
Pew pew. Zap
They
zap.
hit.
Nice. Strength 7.
Yep.
So 4, nothing.
Very good.
And then the plasma. We have 2 hits.
Yes.
And same idea. Pen. Ooh, what's the pen gonna be?
It's nothing special. It's only AP, whatever. We can't blow you up.
So 5. That is stunned. No, weapon destroyed. You kill my bolter. No, he's got 1 hull point left. For the guys inside, the penetrating hit just in case. Oh, they would roll a 10. Now I have to go look it up. Ooh. I can't remember if it's certain penetration results force guys inside to take snapfire shots.
I think it's any pens.
Is it any? Yeah, so it'll be for weapon destroyed as well. They are indeed snap firing. They're a little shook, but that's okay. What's firing next? Bolts, maulers.
Bolt cannon's just gonna open up. I was saving this for the juicy marines inside.
Oh, it's okay. You'll have a great opportunity to shoot them next turn.
Indeed, sir. Looking for 2s to hit.
Oh, good start. Strength is
Solid. Strength 6.
all right. 5s to glance. 2 pens. Can't really do much more to it than that.
It's minus 1 to your cover save, and I think you get intervening, so I think you get 6s.
Oh, maybe you're right. It's only minus 1, eh? I fail both. That's where they end up disembarking. I'm curious. I wonder if the Vexilla works from the vehicle. It won't matter because I don't really plan on shooting them next turn anyways, and I'm almost certain that I'm not able to charge on the turn, like my opponent's turn. They wrecked my vehicle if it doesn't have the assault rule. In this case, obviously Rhino does not. So what do we got going on over here now?
I'm gonna throw a missile into that Rhino.
Who's got a missile?
Him.
Oh, all right. Pew.
Crack missile.
That's a hit.
I don't know if it does on him.
He's got BS3.
He over to the charge phase. He'll declare a charge on that Rhino.
For some reason, he has BS3. All right, bring it on.
He's gonna roll like an 11 or something.
Something ridiculously high. Definitely not a 5.
He's fine.
Easy.
Vorax will charge your.
Ooh. I guess I might as well. Overwatch, right? It's 3 bolt pistols. You got a hit. And nope, no wound. I assume they're higher than toughness 4.
Yes, they are.
All right, bring it on.
Distance for them.
Good enough.
Yeah.
There's nothing intervening, so nothing to slow them down. I believe monstrous creatures have moved through cover anyways. All right, cool. They'll all be able to fight though, so that's good. We have the one guy in base. You have to do 1 impact hit from Hammer of Wrath. Is that the only charge? I assume that's the only charge.
That's the only other charge I had.
Yeah, okay. 1 Hammer of Wrath. I'm just gonna assume that might wound.
It's
strength 6.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what initiative are you?
They're swinging at like initiative 5, I believe.
Oh, that's pretty good. It actually doesn't really matter. I'm unwieldy. Just remember that I have power axes. All right. You do lose. You don't get your extra attack for charging.
Yep, that's fine.
Bring it on. That's literally the extent of the pile-in as well. But they're both within 2 inches of a guy in base contact, so they're all able to swing still. Hopefully the defensive grenades there help them out a little bit. They're
3 attacks apiece.
Ymira Stasis Bomb.
They're
fancy grenades.
Fearless in combat too, right?
I believe that might be them or with the Speaker of the Dead. I'm gonna roll anyways. I don't have to worry about it. I think they're fearless in combat. It is indeed the Deathsworn themselves that are fearless in combat.
Looking for 4s to hit you.
Okay, that's a super good roll. Only 2 misses.
Yep.
And your strength...
6.
Alright, 2's to wound. And they're monstrous creatures, so that just cuts them down. They're all dead, but they have dreams of the Death Wolf. They get to fight before they die, before I add my initiative. So they're all dead, but they will do their attacks back to... Or try to accomplish something, at least. Okay, so the Deathsworn are 2 attacks base, +1 for double weapon, pistol, axe, and +1 for counterattack, being Space Wolves. So I should have 12 attacks. And I didn't charge, so I'm not up to weapon skill 5. You charged me, so I'm hitting you on 4s. We get only 4 hits. And your toughness is?
I am T6.
Alright, so we have rad grenades, which lower your toughness, so I'm wounding you on 4s. 2 wounds at AP2.
Okay, I don't get any save.
Alright, I did 2 damage so far this game. And then a D6 consolidation. 5 whole inches. Alrighty. Josh did forget to use jump back moves before we went into the fight phase, so you can go ahead and resolve
Go
those.
ahead and do these. It shouldn't change anything.
Yeah, I don't
Literally just these guys. Oh look, they're going
they
back
go
over
real
here.
fast. 11 whole inches. Just repositioning the Thalax.
That's all it is.
Backing up a wee bit. That is going to be the end of the turn. The second battle round. The third battle round now? Oh, let's try and amp up this reactor. I don't have a whole lot of hitting power left here, folks, but we'll see what we can do. We're going to make it so he gets +1 to his movement and his charge rolls.
Nice.
And we'll go on to movement, where I'm going to move the Deathsworn first. They're going to go 6 inches directly forward. They're going to try and get vengeance on these weird robot things that killed their buddies. Move there, and then we're going to have the Rhino just go at combat speed. We're going to disembark the Grayslayers with the defensive grenades equipped to them right about here. We'll disembark there. I'm just going to try and utilize the cover on the vehicle. I know the bad mech ignore most of it, but their bolt guns aren't going to do anything, so it's a little bit safer this way. They're not able to charge, obviously. We're going to move the Terminators forward, ending there, and that's all moved. I guess we're gonna move the Grayslayers and that Contemptor forward. I had to come over here to do that though. The Grayslayers are gonna move out of the way. Remember, they have to snapfire this turn, so they're just gonna move and run. It's gonna end up going over here. I'm not even gonna bother rolling the run. I'm not moving that far. I'm not gonna quite protect them, but it might do something. And we have to do move through cover on the Dreadnought. It does have the move through cover rule. Oh, cool! It goes 2 inches. Oh, with the +1 to its move because of the reactor, we get to go to there instead. Ooh. That will be it for movement. We're going to go into shooting, where the Horus will fire everything it has into the Thalax. So I meant Castellax, the bigger guys. Hitting on 3s, we hit 2 times, and we wound on those, but it's only AP 4. Do they have a 4-up save?
What's the strength of the carries?
6. Wait,
T7.
did I say? I thought those were 5s.
Sorry.
That was way off. We have the bolt gun. Ooh, twin bolt gun's rapid firing. Oh, they can fire. Yeah, that's right. And 1 wound there. No AP on the bolt gun though.
Yep. 3 up.
Hey, you're good. Okay, so he's done firing. I guess we'll put. I can throw a grenade. I'm not gonna. No, I might kill a guy. I'm not gonna fire anything at them. I don't want to kill the guy and make the charge harder. That means we are done with shooting. Yes, quite. Let's charge. We'll start with them. The Deathsworn charging into the wall of flame. See where that takes us.
Wall of flame.
3 shots.
3. Ooh.
Okay. Wounds on 2s.
1.
And we're good.
Okay. Show me 6s on the rotor cannons.
We got a few hits.
Looking for 4s to wound you. 2 wounding hits.
2 of them. We're good. They're charged. They needed a 5. They'll get a 6. And then we'll declare a charge with the Contemptor Horus into the bigger robots, Castellax.
And the Mauler bolt cannons. I got a hit. That's like 6 to glance, I think.
Nothing.
Yeah,
It's
strength
still-
6.
yeah. I do have move through cover, so I don't suffer the -2 for going through the difficult terrain there, and I get +1 to this roll, so I go 7. He ends up here with a 7-inch charge, so that is a fail. I'm gonna put him back to where he was, just for anyone who's curious. Since he's not doing anything else for the turn, does his reactor hurt him? No. No, it does not. And then this fight over here, I'm all unwieldy, so you get to go first.
Okay, 4 extras can pile in.
Hey, can we go 2 for 2?
Show me hitting on 4s.
All right.
Let's guys are brutal killers.
The only difference here is that I'm about to go 5 because I charged.
Ooh, okay. 2s.
So we have 5 wounds. 4 wounds. I don't really need the Speaker of the Dead in there anymore. So how many was it? 4? I'll do him 2 at a time. He's got a refractor field. And he failed 1. Feel no pain. He takes 1 damage. And then refractor field. Feel no pain. Hey, he's fine. Well, he's not fine. He's got 1 wound left. Hey, what a champion. And then they all get to go. Doing the Power Fist separate. Oh, it's actually only got 3 attacks. Cheating. It is the specialist weapons. We have 2 hits, kind of the same result. And these are 2s to wound. So we have 2 wounds with the Power Fist. And then these are all this should be the Speaker of the Dead. And then the 2 other Deathsworn with Power Axes should all be able to lump their attacks together because I'm up skill 5 and 6 collectively. Which means they're all hitting on 3s. And no re-rolling because those are monstrous creatures. And your toughness 6 normally, so down to 5. He's moving on 4s. So I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds in addition to these 2. So I do a total of 8 wounds.
So they're 3 wounds apiece. So 1 dead.
Okay.
Oh, then yeah. You
And
did
then
how
the
many wounds total?
8.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, they're all dead.
Hey, I cut them down.
They get a weird might blow up rule.
Okay.
Yeah, they explode on 6s. I'm gonna roll them all. I'll roll them. 1, 2, 3.
Sure.
So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they're fine.
What a very minor and odd rule to have. In
It's
this
like the
edition.
vehicle blow up.
Okay, it's like strength 4, d6 inches.
Yes.
We're only on a 6, eh? Okay. Odd that they make the monstrous creatures that explode. Why not just make? Yeah. My only gripe with the edition is the monstrous creatures and walker disparity. There doesn't need to be one. They can use the exact same rules for both.
Oh, I guess this is really showing off that disparity then, eh?
Yeah. Oh well. Okay, well, that's they get to consolidate. They did beat up some monstrous creatures. Whereas I guess if they beat up a walker, they wouldn't get to consolidate.
Well, see, clutch.
Look at that. Ooh, they get to actually 7 inches because of Hunter's Gate. We're just gonna go to here because they're dead anyways. These are the Deathsworn. They're gonna literally accomplish their goal and die. Now they got to take out some monsters with them, and I think with that I'm probably gonna concede because I don't have a whole lot left. I have 2 Grey Slayer packs that are just gonna get shot to death, and they're not great at fighting these guys. And I got 4 dudes left right in front of, I think not the Domitar, but Thanatar?
That is Thanatar, yeah.
Aha, Thanatar, the 2 Dark Fires, and then obviously these guys with lightning guns. Most of that's all instant death. The melted guns are instant death. So, this guy's only
These
got...
guys are both good in combat.
Right, obviously we still have Skoria, who's like a Primarch equivalent, and then his
One step down.
One step down, but like his next closest buddy over here too. That's pretty much it. So the score is like overwhelmingly in Josh's favor as well. I got 2 points for killing a monstrous creature unit, and then 1 point for killing something. So I'm at 3, and then Josh is at. What did you pick, by the way?
Tanks.
Tanks. Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points so far, and then you're gonna get 8, 9, and then probably 10-ish on your following turn. So it'd be very hard for me to keep up there. I just wanted to kill something first. I just wanted to get in there and mess something up.
Yeah, because it's going to be.
And I got there.
These guys get shot to death. These guys buzz around. They kill the
other
Rhino.
tanks. Yeah.
He comes over here to kill the Dreadnought.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
And then he comes over here to try to. Or actually, you know what? He would probably go up and start whittling away at them. So he might get a kill on him, but I'm going to try to kill as many Terminators so then.
Absolutely, yeah.
The shooting can finish him off.
I think the Terminators would probably hopefully win that fight, but the rest, I would literally just have my the Wolf Guard and the Wolf Lord there alone, just kind of hanging out. They're a little too slow. I knew they were going to be awkward in the list anyways, guys, especially with this kind of, I have to rush to Josh's deployment zone. If this is more, well, it could maybe a different scenario. They could have defended an objective, at least in my territory. They could be like the Onslaught defenders, but I would also lose an Onslaught, I think. Anyways, we're going to tidy up and jump into a post-game. Thanks so much for checking out this battle report, everyone. Don't forget that Josh and Luka continue the Horus Heresy in the MiniWarGaming Vault at 2,500 points. They're changing it up, though. They're bringing out the Primarchs. It's going to be Space Wolves led by Leman Russ up against the Night Lords, maybe led by Kurz. You never really know, but he's there. You can check out this game by clicking the link down below to get yourself a 7-day free trial to the MiniWarGaming Vault, where you'll have access to that battle report as well as many other Horus Heresy battles to go along with it, and many more to come. All right, things are cleaner. Off to the side table. That was a game there, Josh. You know what?
Is that the first time you played against these guys?
No, I think I played against them before.
Oh, James Chow Johnson.
What about him?
He's brought them before.
Oh no, I played against. I'm trying to remember yours. Yours specifically, like Cybernetica. I really feel like I did. I can't. It was recent-ish too, in the last 6 months.
Oh yeah, we did. We did play a game.
I know. Yeah.
You won it. You played Salamanders.
That's right. That was that game.
Oh
yeah.
no, well, you didn't technically win.
That's right, the Royal Eyes got me.
Yeah.
That's right. The
You
Royal Eyes
outplayed
got
me in every different way.
Yeah, but I focused on the objectives. I lost the killing game, and the objectives. I rolled -3 on 2 different objectives. So I lost 6 victory points for standing on them. But I
told you not to.
It's true. You did.
I tried to warn you.
In my mind, for that one, I won the game because I just played the objectives. I said these objectives are going to go for them. I played well everywhere else, and it just didn't work out. That's okay. That was still a fun game. This one was not bad. I wasn't upset with it. I unfortunately realized I don't think I had much of a chance after my first turn. I moved everything up. Now, I'm very thankful I got to go first, because I at least got to move my stuff right away before losing it all.
Well, because one of those land raiders could have potentially went down to the...
Oh, it would have absolutely gone down.
Probably.
Well, you got 9 shots coming at it, realistically.
Yeah, to be able to do the Cyber Third, you got to stay within 24 of
That's not
Buddy,
too
which
hard.
isn't too bad, and it's 24-inch range on that.
And they're super safe in the sky, too.
Yeah, they're pretty safe up there. They are. I don't know. They're good. That was when I used to play Mechanicum before. That was one of the weaknesses, is that I couldn't crack heavy armor open at all. Mm-hmm. But okay, I've gotten around that problem now. You want to take a wild guess how many points they are?
Probably like 160, 130, 130 to 160. I'm gonna guess.
130 to 160. I think they're more than that. They're 175 a pop.
Okay. I was guessing under guessing. 175 to 200 points is probably where they need to be at, because realistically, it is only 3 shots of Haywire, and it works specifically well against my list. Again, Josh and I typically always just build a list and bring it. Like the list I brought, no matter what I was facing, that's what I was going to bring. Didn't matter who I was going to go up against. Unfortunately, this Mechanicum list was very good against it. It was very much shoot at...
I'm double checking the rules as we're going.
Yeah, it looked like you were just so disinterested.
No, I'm looking up some of the rules for the Vulturax. Because I know I forget some of them. Successful cover save is going to be rerolled against them. Like, there's tons of stuff that I keep forgetting about them.
Yeah, it was. I don't think the cover came up too much.
I don't think it did, because it was -1 to the cover when it did, and I think you may have. I don't think you made cover saves against them.
No, I only had the night fighting anyways. Now, there's some arguments saying like you should have gone from cover to cover, but you gotta realize these things all make me reroll my cover saves or give me negatives to my cover saves, and by jumping from cover to cover, it would have delayed my arrival by a further turn, so not great.
Right.
I've seen a few positions I could have gotten, but these flyers, they fly in the sky, so they get around
flying
cover.
monsters creatures, so they're not technically flyers, because that's how they avoid the whole arc for the weapons.
Yes, that's another great reason why monsters creature rules should just straight up not exist in. And I don't think they should have existed in 7th edition 40k either. They had the perfect rules to represent anything bigger than infantry in the vehicle section of the book. Monsters creatures were not necessary. They could have had.
It was kind of a weird dated rule, like throws back to some of the older editions where you could argue they made kind of more sense, but not really. They could have
had Carnifexes with armor facings. They could have had, you shoot a Carnifex, you hurt his leg, it's immobilized, right? They could have 100% have rules like that. There's
so sad. Whoa.
Yeah, right. It's just they could have. Those things could just be flyers. They could easily be flyers. They could be armor 12 on all sides or whatever. Who knows?
Yeah, well, the funny thing is that...
They could have kept their flare shields and it would have made sense.
Oh, yeah, because people were like, well, if they don't have a front arc, where's the flare shield going? It's all around.
Like, if they rewrote a new edition of Horus Heresy, would not be sad to see them. Losing the monstrous creature rules wouldn't hurt the game in a bit. It would just... Everything would be a vehicle.
Hurt that army a little bit.
I hurt that army quite a bit. That army would get very hurt, because all of a sudden you shoot...
But they'd probably rewrite a bunch of different rules.
They might, yeah. Because all of a sudden you're looking at las cannons one-shotting, like you could have your Thanatar. Yeah, one las cannon at the Thanatar, he's dead, right?
Because, the Thanatar I think is running around. He's T8. He's got 4 wounds, so he's the same as the Castellax, but he's got a 2-up save instead. And he's T8 instead of T7.
He'd probably be armor 14 on the front, right? A little pretty durable there. Yep. But they should be, whatever. Like there should be rules like that. Like that's a gripe I've always had. I've been very vocal about it with the older editions. Monsters creature rules were absolute garbage buns. And it's very hard to play around it.
So with the army comp that you had, yeah. Now I'm gonna brand new army. You got what you got. I don't see. This is where like a Daredevil or something where.
I don't like that. That's not going to happen with no artillery. Space Wolves, no backline fire.
He's a dreadnought. It's not artillery.
Oh, I don't like Daredevil.
You could do a Contemptor with double guns.
What's that going to do for me?
The one that can skyfire. Because you got nothing against anything that flies.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You want me to get a mortis? I do have a mortis.
Mortis could be...
they're all... Every bit there's magnetized. I can make it whatever I want.
Okay, so that would potentially help a little bit.
That's not what I want to build.
Heavy weapons. Yeah.
That's not what I built.
So I guess where I'm at, because we were talking a little bit off camera about that's part of the reason why I'm double checking some of my stuff to see if it would have made any differences here and there. It's, how would I have tried to win with that Space Wolf list? And like, I just wouldn't have brought that Space Wolf list.
It's a bad matchup, yeah. Like, well, for Space Wolves, I forgot to even mention I was the Bloodied Claws. They get extra combat res in the enemy's territory. They get to do the Howl of the Death Wolf, which I did forget to do. I've only played these guys, like, this is my 5th game with them maybe, so I'm still trying to pick them up, and this is my own models now too. So
now you're not playing with Big Ben's models anymore.
Which is a very similar build. I had a very specific, like, unfortunately for me, I had a very specific build in mind with the Space Wolves, and it's just not really standing up to what the other guys are bringing to bear right now. Now, Steve's forces, it's not like Steve's really, like, outdoing me here. It's just...
Well, Steve's got a pretty Steve went out of his way to make a subpar Iron Warrior
super
list.
Bad Iron Warrior list, but he's just getting 12-inch charges on the Inner Circle robots. It's like wild. It's like crazy wild. We'll see what he's pulling. And people are calling this stuff overpowered.
Which is hilarious,
which is
right?
Which is super frustrating for
I think
him.
there was one fella, and this isn't an exact quote, but I think there was one fella that... even after I thrashed him bad with Custodes, still said, "Well, you gotta admit Steve's stuff is pretty good and would have thrashed anybody else's list." It's like, no, just Luka. Yeah. So I don't know. This is not an ideal Mechanicum list, but it's not a bad one.
For me, this game here was after the first turn, I realized it was a wash. I was just gonna try and get through it and see what could happen, and it was the same outcome I expected. But I'm sure a lot of you at home realized that too. It was quick. Yeah.
And well, because it's one of those. They play kind of almost like the ad mech I find in 40K, where their shooting is good. You could outshoot them.
Sure.
But their close combat is good. You could close combat them.
Yeah.
But like they're just, I don't know. They're really solid at both. Because even getting into combat, like the Vorax were there to screen and chop stuff up. And normally I would have split the Vorax up into multiple squads, but the Vulturax took up the fast attack slots.
I see. Got you. Okay.
So, and they could outflank too. I've had them outflank, do fantastic things. The tanks are all really solid for the Mechanicum. I don't have any of the new ones, obviously, but the two little Krios are both really good for their point cost. Arguably way better than this stuff. The Thalax zip around, and I bring them in the lists just to objective grab and be troops that can grab objectives.
Okay, yeah, well, that's important to have. I think I would have appreciated this game a little bit more if it forced you out of your deployment zone, and we could have jumped on objectives.
You didn't even let me get. I was going to march up the board. Usually it's a slow march up the board, but you.
Oh, I had no. Yeah, I mean, you didn't have to.
Rushed me like a bully.
You didn't have to march out of your board, so I had no choice but to rush you.
Okay, a lot of the guns, like the Mauler bolt cannons, are all 24-inch range.
Sure.
I got to get them into range.
But I'm not out shooting you at range. I'm definitely not shooting you at range.
Because you took a weird. The Terminators, man.
Yeah,
what was the plan with those Terminators?
They were going to stand on it, walk up the middle of the board.
You're just hoping for a scenario that,
sure.
They'd be able to grab an objective and hold an objective.
It was just, I don't know, just like a random list I threw together. I didn't plan on that to be good for anything. It was just kind of, I think everyone's at different levels right now for the Horus Heresy, right? I'm trying to, I don't know what I'm trying to do with this list. It was just kind of for fun, bring whatever. I know that, I said at the beginning the Terminators aren't going to do anything, and they didn't. Not a surprise. I was technically
sort of an oracle.
I was playing 500 points down. I bought them. I wanted to try them out, throw them in the list. You guys understand? Yeah. They need to be in a Rhino. They need to be in a Land Raider. They're pretty good. I can throw them in a Land Raider without the character.
Without the character, but then because you can't take them.
Exactly. That's the problem. Yeah. They're.
And you got no capability of. Oh yeah, your Space Wolves double no deep strike.
Yeah, no deep striking. No deep striking. No, nothing like that. They're very restrictive on what they can do, which is fine. When I built the list, the idea was giant hordes of Grey Slayers that walk up the board and rush at their enemy. It's obviously not going to work against a lot of builds, but I was hopeful. I bought it mostly because I like Space Wolves in the novels.
The Deathsworn are scary, except for if you have a large blast that instant kills them.
Oh yeah, it's great. If you have the perfect weapon in the game to fight them, yeah, they're like no threat at all. That's pretty much it. The thing I could have tried cover to cover, and the only two hopes.
Literal Perturabo just walked into the room. He just came in, frowned, and just kind of started heavily breathing, looking at me. This is the most Perturabo situation I've ever been in.
Yeah.
Hello, Steve.
Yeah.
No, COVID. Stay away from me.
Oh, no.
You guys are awful. Yeah, there's not much I could have done there, but whatever. If maybe I hope Josh would have rolled worse, and that's kind of it, I guess. Not much more to it than that.
Even when I didn't need to roll well, I rolled well.
Yeah, it's fair. That's pretty much it, folks. I mean, I'm going to be playing more of these guys. They were freshly painted first time on the table. Had to get that off.
Walking in, I'm assuming you lost then.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, fresh painted army.
Gone, done. Yeah, 100% lost, no matter what. So I wanted to get that off those models, get that bad juju off them, and they'll perform better in the next game.
But
maybe
people keep asking to see more of what versus what. Primarch versus Primarch.
Absolutely, people love Primarch versus Primarch, but
Which is the exact opposite of all the bat reps we did years ago, where people were like, stop bringing Primarchs all the time.
Luka and I did a Primarch versus Primarch bat rep recently.
we didn't fight though. We definitely did not fight. That's it, folks, for this one. Josh and I are going to go set up for another game now, and thanks for tuning in. Hopefully got a laugh out of it at the Space Wolves end there, but maybe better luck next time for them.
Emails again, man.
Hey, man, sometimes that's how she goes. See you guys next time, and happy wargaming.